Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to HEP, intergenerational program that include all from generation Alpha, Z, X, and Y. This is the first time that we have this many generations to divide us. And we're so grateful to all the parents and grandparents to helping make this happen. So I am Porani Nata Data sponsor. At this time, I'm serving HEP as the Director of Community Relations. And because this year is HEP 30th anniversary, so we try to have the program every month from January until the last one in December. So this time, we have the intergeneration program to try to have a casual conversation with the younger generation, the youngest one, and then we learn from each other. So with that, the next one we have, usually we begin our program with the wow of humankind, and today we have Reverend Hasebe to help us with that. So I will get the share screen so everyone can see about this. Okay, so share screen, and then you can read it along when Reverend Hasebe reading this out loud for us. Reverend Hasebe.
Yes, thank you, Porani.
Oh, thank you for coming in to help.
No, thank you for having me, and thank you, everyone. So let's place our hands together. The vow of humankind, calm and composed, awakening to our true self, practicing ardently our compassion, making full use of our abilities, according to our respective vocations, discerning suffering both individual and social and its causes, recognizing the right course for history to proceed. Let us join hands as kin beyond the differences of race, nation, and class, with love and compassion. We vow to bring to realization humankind's deep desire for liberation by making every effort to create a world that is peaceful and joyous. Dhamma.
Thank you so much, Reverend Hasebe, our Linban for Hong Pa Hong Wan Chi. Okay, thank you. So the next one I'm to introduce at one time all our precious panelists. Okay, we start from the youngest one, the 8 years old one. Okay, so that would be, who is 8 years old? Third grader. Pervin, can you say hello? So Pervin, yeah, have your hand, say hello.
Hello.
Okay, that is Pervin. Okay, so Pervin is the third grader in the public school. He had interest in Buddhism since he was young. He loved to look through the picture book of the Buddha, and when he can read, he pick up the book about the Buddhist history, Tataka. Okay, and he loved to, what do you like to do? Playing with Lego, right? And then he enjoyed to go to the Thai temple in Thailand and here. You know why? Because he can run around in the big area. And then he yesterday we did go, and then he asked the monk if he can ring the bell at the temple. So that is his fun. Okay, thank you, Kevin, for joining us, and thank you, your mom and dad, to allow you to join us. Okay, good, thank you. So the next one, we have 2 9 years old. So we go with the girl first, right? That would be, you know who 9 years old, a girl? Victoria. Victoria Victoria Queen. Yeah, Victoria, say hello. So Steve know who you are and can spotlight you. Okay. Victoria is a very special person. And so the grandma and grandpa have been doing the meditation. And he is the 4th. You are the 4th grader, right? Correct? Yeah, 4th grader. Okay. And so, yeah, he enjoy reading. And what else do you enjoy to do? Dancing?
Read.
Read. Okay. Yeah, read. And you have one more thing that may perhaps we can share with everyone.
Watching anime.
Watching animation. Okay. But then you can sit still and do the meditation. That's what I heard. Yes, no? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Victoria. Okay. Nice to meet you. Okay. The another one is 9 years old also. A boy. Who is that? I know, right? You know, Kaino is what? Are you 9 or 10, Kaino? You must be 10. Yeah. Okay, sorry. We have 2, actually 2 girls. Okay, Victoria and the other one, 9 years old is Ella. Ella, where are you? Ella roar with her mom. Ella.
Hi.
Okay, say hi so Steve can highlight you. Okay, we can get Kaino off first because Kaino is 10. Sorry, I reduce your age 1 year. Okay, okay. Ella is okay, we wait until Ella come on. Ella, can you say hi again? And Steve can wave. Okay. Okay, there you go, Ella. Yes. So Ella is 9 years old, and you are in what, 4th? Yeah, 4th grader, just like Victoria, and also love reading. You know, we have 3 young people that love reading already, right? Very good. And since she was young, she loved to read the story and can read by herself. And she loved outdoor, right? She liked to go out in the garden with the grandma and help grandma with the gardening, right, Ella? Yes. Okay. Ella is also, growing up and attend the Buddhist school, right? In kindergarten, because we don't want to give more information about the student because it's public, so for their safety. So we don't mention the name of the school. Yeah, but the Buddhist school also. Okay, thank you, Ella, for joining us with your mom, Napa. Yeah, thank you. Okay, and now we can. Oh, thank you. Now we can go to Kainoa. Yeah, 10 years old Kainoa. Yeah, Kainoa, say hello. So just Steve can.
Hi.
Okay, yeah. Kainoa is also growing up in a very devoted Buddhist family. Your grandma, Barbara Brennan, has been very active in the Buddhist community and even with HAPE, helping HAPE at one time as a treasurer. And I'm so pleased that you can join us. I saw you many years ago when you just were about 2 years old, so I haven't seen you since then. So I'm so happy that be able to get reconnected with all these children. And then thank you to the grandma Brendan and your mom Eileen to allow you to join us. Kainoa is also growing up and go to Buddhist school, right? And also attend the Sunday school as well. Yeah. And I just found that you really like to play baseball. Are you in the team now, Kainoa?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. So we look forward to hear from this generation of Alpha later on. And thank you. This group we have to really appreciate for them to come in. So the next group would be the Generation Z. These are the high school and college students. And this group is very, very special because they are the children of the former bishop or the current bishop. We go by the name. Okay, C. So that be Chika come first, yeah. Okay, Chika, can you wave so Steve can highlight you? Okay, Chika. Again, you know some of these children. We seen them when they were young. Last time I seen Chika when you come to practice your ballet at Tamina, right? And the last time I saw you at when you are in high school, and after you left for college, we haven't seen you. So you see from the name, Chika Matsumoto is the daughter of Bishop Eric Matsumoto, who also been a supportive of him for a long time. And now time just gone so fast, right? And and as Chika is already get her what you call bachelor degree in science, right? And now she going up for her. I think it's only doctorate, yeah, for physical therapy. On the mainland, it might be about 8 o'clock your time or something like that. Thank you so much, Chika. Okay, for coming to join us, right? And what do you like to do the best now? You enjoy the most?
I still like to dance.
Like to
So
dance, yeah, I know. I remember in your ballet dance when you were young. Thank you so much, Chika, for joining us. And the next one, we go with alphabet order. That would be huge. Ishikawa, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Huge. Okay. And you know from the name, Hugh Ishikawa is the son of Bishop Kosen Ishikawa from Jodo Mission, right? And he already in you third year already, right? Yeah, third year. You're not sophomore anymore. Last year you were sophomore.
Yeah, I'm third year, junior.
Yeah, third year. And then, as we mentioned earlier, he worked part-time, help with the computer software at UH Manoa, where he
It's
also
it's computer programming.
programming, programming, and he in mechanical engineering,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, mechanical engineering. This is the first time I get a chance to meet with Hughes. Yeah, because Bishop just came to Hawaii a few years ago, right? Okay, thank you. Oh, in the future, you want to be important thing. You want to share that?
By email.
No. You just tell people what you want to be after you get a degree from mechanical engineering.
Well, my original plan is to just go and get a master's degree in a more specialized field in engineering.
Engineering? Okay, but I thought you're going to go into the astronaut or something like that.
No. It's aerospace right now, but I'm going to maybe change it over to something like robotics or something that would integrate my computer programming skills into engineering a little more.
Right, very good. Thank you, Hugh. Okay, and thank you for helping us also in case we have some problem, right? Okay, thank you. So the next one, we go to the Sophie Narashiva, right? She's still in high school last year. And Sophie is also from Dodo Mission, the one only daughter of the late Bishop Yubun Narashiba, who has been a great supporter of him. And it's continued because every time I ask Sophie will come and help him. And thank you to her mother Mrs. Narachiva, Eureka Narachiva, who have helping us as well. And Sophie is the one that I seen since she was born, right? And many members just she always attend the the service at Jodo Mission since you still a baby, right? And now growing up in the Hondo of Jodo Mission, and then everyone have love to try to take turn to carry Sophie. I never got a chance because a long line to try to carry her, and then she growing up active in Sunday school, and Sophie is also love to read, and then when she go to college, she also similar to Hughes. She's going to be in mechanical engineering, correct? Right. Yeah. And then you love to do what? Robotic as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that because of Jodo mission or something very similar experience? But that's good. And then Sophie also has a special talent in music as well. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Sophie, for joining us. Yeah. So now we get into a little bit working generation. We start with whose name comes first. Bit of Kim. That will be Kim Win. Kim. Okay, Kim, can you
Hi.
say hello so Steve can like you? Okay, Kim. Again, Kim has helped us before on another topic of panelists. Kim is a granddaughter of Han and Sun Huynh, who always, strong supporter and asked Kim to help, and Kim always willing to help. Kim is a very successful career person already, award-winning filmmaker, have done work for PBS and a symphony and many things, right? And so right now, she another everyone in the household of the Wind have to learn to meditate since we're young. So when we went to, I saw you when we went to attend the meditation at Tan and Sun place, even at on Kahala, right? At that time before moving up the hill. And then haven't seen him in person for many years, just saw it on Zoom. And she also willing to help. It's just like her grandparent with not parent, your parent, right? with your parent, with help for anything that we ask for. Okay, and she also, are you already finished with that training? Would you like to tell us about the training with the meditation and be a teacher?
I'm starting my training next year with the Jack Kornfield and Tara Brooks program to be a mindfulness meditation teacher.
Right, very good. They're very famous, right? So you continue. So we're going to depend on you in the future also for the meditation. Okay. Thank you so much, Kim, for coming and help us. So the next from Kim, the next one will be Napa. Napa, who came with the daughter. There you go, Napa. Wave your hand so Steve can see you. Yeah. Napa Roa, yeah. Napa, hi, Napa. Thank you so much. Right. Napa, right now, she stay at home mom. She loves to travel, right? And during her high school year, I love to travel. So she decided to join her parents in Seoul, Korea, right? And at that time, yeah. And now, like her mother, she loved to cook and bake for the family, right? Right, Ella? So you enjoy eating from your mommy cooking, yeah. Thank you so much, Napa, and also to Ella, yeah, and thank you for joining us, yeah. Thank you. So the last person with the V was one. Where are you? So we can highlight you. V was one. Viravut. Okay, there. Okay, that comes with the sun, right? So Viravut is growing up in Thailand. Oh, okay. Are you shy, V? You can see. Okay. All right. So she growing up in Thailand and attend the Buddhist school in Thailand for many years until she graduated. She got her master degree from UH Urban Planning and with her undergrad in architecture from Thailand. So now she's been working in the urban planning, both in the public and private for 15 years. So this group is a little bit of the one that growing up and to share with us about their life experience. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for coming to join us as our plan. So we will start with the generation alpha first. So at this time, I will stop the recording and Steve will share with us a short video. So everyone will see that what the alpha generation prepared to discuss is about kindness and forgiveness that their theme. Okay, I will pause. Okay. Oh, I have to pause, sorry. Okay, cancel first, then pause. Thank you so much, Steve, for that. So actually, each group has 2 videos and we just share with you only one. So for this alpha generation, you remember the other video, right? Yeah, the same story, but it's a little bit different reaction from the end, right? Okay. Which video you like the best? The one that we just show or the other video that the end? Want to get back at the elephant? What did they do? Who want to answer? Want to say that? What did the ant in the other video did? Anyone? Okay. Kevin?
The ant bite the elephant's trunk.
Okay. You remember that, Kainoa? Yeah. Victoria and Napa, the other video, the ant went inside the elephant trunk and bit it because the elephant was so mean to them. So between these 2 videos, which one you like better, Ella? Between the 2 videos, which one you like better? The one
we just watched.
The one you just watched. How about Victoria? Which one? Oh, you have to, sorry, you have to unmute. Okay. Yeah, you can keep unmute during this period because we're going to talk. Okay. Victoria,
The one we just watched.
and we just watched. Okay. How about Kainoa? Kainoa, you can unmute it, yeah? Okay, great. Kainoa?
The one that we just watched.
Right, all 4 of you agree that you like the one that you just watched. Why is that? Why you like this one better than the one that animal went and get into and bit the elephant in the trunk? Why you like this one better? Okay, okay, anyone. So now we're going to have the girls speak up first, right? Okay. Who want to go first? Victoria or Ella? Why you like this one better, Ella?
Because we get along better.
They get along better because what the ant did not want to hurt the elephant, but actually what the ant helped the elephant, right? Save his life. Yeah. Okay. How about you, Victoria? What part that you like this video better? You have to unmute yourself. You know that the children you can keep unmute. Yeah. This time, just keep unmute.
I like this one better because the ant didn't bite the elephant.
Oh, the ant did not hurt the elephant, right? And so what do you think about that, Kainoa, when you don't hurt someone? What do you have? What you have in terms of, you went to Sunday school also, right? So what do you have in terms of Buddhism? What is it in Buddhist teaching that everyone learn about that? We have to be,
You have to be kind to each and every one because whatever you do to them, they do back to you. So you want to do good things to them, so they do good things back to you.
right. So you want to be kind, so you don't want to hurt them back, right? And so what is that, Pevin, when you don't want to hurt someone back? So yeah, what? So you allow yourself to not to hurt them back because you are kind. And then we have a word in Buddhism that we call what? Compassion, right? Compassion is maybe a big word for you guys. Okay, so we have kind and we love everyone, like Victoria said, we have to love everyone. So in a way, you don't want to hurt people back. You even they're not good, but then what can you do? You have to help them, right? You have to help them to be kind, to show the kindness. Is that right, Perry? Yeah, okay. You can say yes or no. Okay. You use the non-verbal, you can yes or no. So you want anyone have any so you think that which can you already know that the ant in this video that we saw is handle the situation better, right? This one I just want to ask you, in each of your school, you have anyone in your school or in your class that we have like Jumbo the elephant? You met anyone? So in your school, hopefully not. Yeah, parents said not in his school. How about Kainoa? You have anyone that behave like Jumbo? And actually the word that we call is called bully, right? Because you big girl, you can anyone that bully you heard about the word bully? I know. Yeah.
There's nobody in my school that bullies each other, so I think that's good. We all get along pretty good.
Right, that's wonderful, great. I think for the girls' school, Victoria, Victoria, I think Napa also went to the same school with Kainoa, so no bully, yeah, because it's a Buddhist school, better not have a bully. Okay, so Pevin and Victoria go to public school, and Pevin said his school doesn't have any bully. How about Victoria? Any bully in your school? Oh, okay, great. Yeah, great. Very good, lucky. Hopefully we keep that way. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes, people are not nice to other people. Okay. So, so now the other thing that I don't know if you learn this word when people are not nice to you, but you do not respond back to them that same way, in a way that the word forgiveness. Did you learn about that word forgiveness? To forgive someone because of their bad behavior. Okay, Kainoa, would you like to explain what you understand about forgiveness?
So my explanation about forgiveness is that when you forgive somebody, you let them be, you're nice to them again, and you don't always stay mean back to them.
Okay, very good. How about you, Victoria? How do you understand forgiveness?
It's like when someone does something bad to you, but then you show kindness and compassion to them.
Okay, yeah. Okay, great. How about you, Ella? What is forgiveness for you? Oh, I saw your little dog.
Sorry.
Forgiveness is like someone did something mean to you, but even though they did that, you can let it go and not bring it up again.
Very good. Excellent explanation. How about you, Pervin? What do you understand forgiveness? Oh, sorry. You have unmute, please, Kevin. All the 4 children, you can keep it unmute. Okay. So you don't have to go back and forth to mute and mute. Okay, Kevin. So how you understand forgiveness?
Forgiveness is when somebody hurts you, but you don't hurt them back.
Oh,
Instead,
you don't hurt them back, right? Just at the end, right? But then you show them your kindness, right? That what your kindness. Very good. I'm so proud of the children. You are growing up in a really good Buddhist teaching, right? And so that's why even so we grow up in with Dhamma. Actually, the word Dhamma is mean that the teaching of the Buddha, like we learn, like you have to have a loving kindness, compassion, right? And then the return the bad action with the bad action. You show them what the good action, right? And so we can live with each other well, right? And then how about this one? Have you ever had anyone being mean to you? Oh, anywhere else? You know, because you know that in the school no bully. But how about anywhere else? When you go to supermarket, or when you go to the playground, or when you go anywhere. Have you have any experience that there's some mean children that did not treat you nicely? Have you, Ella? No. Victoria? Anyone? You have? You have? Okay. You want to share with us how you handle that when someone mean to you?
Well, so there's like this kid in my class, and he was like always saying mean stuff. So I just like told him to stop, and when like he didn't stop, like me and my friends, like we told the teacher.
That's good. That's good because the first thing you said, you said the word stop. That's good because you have to use as a Buddhist, you have to use a nice word, right? And you know the different meaning about shut up, right? Or stop please, right? So usually we use the word stop, right? And so that's good. And then if you cannot handle that, you tell the adult, the teacher. That's a good way. How about the boys? Any experience with someone being mean to you? Ainua first.
My brother and I roughhouse sometimes, but other than that, I think we're pretty good to each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know you have a brother. When you have sibling, we always, have what you call the sibling, how you say, competition or sibling disagreement, right? I know because the other 3, they all only one. So you you have sibling. I think Pevin, Victoria, and Napa, you already one child, right? No sibling. Right. Yeah. Pevin, how about you? Anyone mean to you at all?
well, so someone at math camp said that my answer was wrong,
Uh-huh.
even though
Okay.
I didn't know what it was.
Oh, okay. So actually being mean, not just that. Actually from the answer from Victoria and from Pevin, being mean. Sometimes you say something not nice, right? That being mean because when you say the word is really it's not nice, so people don't like it. So that being mean, because in the Buddhist teaching, whatever it come out to your mouth is from your head, right? So because you if you have a good mind, a good thinking, so the word that come out from your mouth it reflect your kindness and all that. So those two incidents from Pevin and Victoria, it means that child um, doesn't know how to uh, be nice to other people and try to control their word, right? Anyway, so I think I forgot to take the time. I have one last question. Oh yeah, I did it on five questions that I prepared already because now we really enjoy talking with the younger alpha, right? Anyone, but now we open it up to anyone. So now my question is on the list is done. So now we have maybe about 5 minutes at the most for anyone who want to have asked these young children. Anyone, you can unmute yourself and then just speak up. Any other generation? What? What? Okay. All right. Any question? No? Look like no. Okay. So let's thank this panel. Yeah. With give them a hand. Right. Thank you so much, Ella, Victoria, Kevin, and Kaino. Excellent. So we have a good future of the Buddhists in Hawaii. Right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. So now we're going to move to generation C, the children of the bishop. The question will be very interesting, right? So right now I will stop recording and Steve will get our resume. Okay, thank you. So now welcome Generation C. Very, very interesting, right? So now we ask Chika first. Chika, what is happiness? What do you define happiness for yourself?
I feel like happiness is something, how I've defined it has changed over the years. Growing up, it was a lot about meeting these accomplishments like graduating high school or graduating college and getting into grad school. And over the time, I think I've learned that being good doesn't mean being happy. And like a huge opportunity I've had to learn through grad school is just being present and being able to learn from people you want to be in the future, and just like from my professors and my peers, and learning that happiness is learning and happiness is being okay with being imperfect, and just taking the opportunity to be grateful to be present in the moment.
Wonderful, very Buddhist answer. Thank you, Chika. So now we go to the another girl first, yeah. Sophie, where is Sophie?
She told me that her Wi-Fi didn't.
Oh, her Wi-Fi doesn't work. Okay, you go first here.
All right. Well, for me, happiness could be getting an achievement done or something done, right? It's like a rare opportunity to get something done right, especially the first time or even at all. And you should cherish the moments that you do get something right, as well as like getting an achievement.
Okay, achievement. Okay, good. Okay, now we hear from Sophie. So Sophie, what is happiness for you?
I think happiness is being able um seeing the seeing what you were able to achieve and being able to look back and look back and see what you've done, and it makes you feel really good because um because it shows that like you can do it.
Oh, great, thank you. So it look like from Hugh and Sophie is about achievement, and then to be able to accomplish. And for Chica, it's just something that it changes over time, depend on situation, right? It's very is the way that you can learn from other people, right? So among all the Buddhist figure, who come to your mind first, that is always being associated with being happy. He Tibetan. He very famous all over the world. He made Buddhism famous all over the world. Anyone can guess? Dalai Lama, right? You know Dalai Lama, right? Because he always happy, and then after he made Buddhism become more popular all over the world because of being happy for everyone, right? So if you can guess the meaning of happiness that you have, each of you have, can you guess what? If you haven't read about his book, he has a lot of book about being happy, right, Dalai Lama. So can you guess what would be his definition of happiness? Just guessing. You know Dalai Lama, right? Everyone know, right? You, Shika, Sophie, right? Can you guess what would be happiness for him? He always happy. When you saw when he got the interview, he always laughed, like very, very heartily, right? Laughing from his stomach, right? So can you guess what happiness? Okay, make it. You can sing about that because I don't know the answer either. Anyway, so how about you think that your definition of happiness for you and like Chica for you and for your mom and your dad or your brother, you think that they agree with you, or for each people definition of happiness will be different? Yeah.
I think it's possible that people's definition of happiness would be different. I think at the core of it, there's generally an agreement on what makes each of us happy, but I think the route to happiness can take different forms. And so whether it's through different passions and interests, I think they may differ. But in the end, like human connection and finding inner peace is important to everyone for happiness.
Yeah, very, very good. How about for you, Sophie? You think that your definition of happiness for you and for your mom, are they the same?
I don't think they're the same because like we're also from like totally different like generations um and we also have like different interests too.
Different interests, right? Okay. Thank you, Sophie. How about you, Hugh? Is that different or similar to your mom and your dad and your sister?
I'm not too sure about my sister or my dad. However, I do know for a fact that it's very similar to what my mom has in mind.
Okay. So what is that? Can you share with us?
Well, I mean, like I said before, happiness for me is achievement and
Or
doing
achieve?
something right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. How about as a Buddhist? You know, if you have a Buddha, suppose a Buddha reincarnate and be here, and then you want to ask the Buddha, what is happiness for Buddha? What would he give it? You know that the Buddha has a lot of teaching, right? And then most of his teaching is go, around how to be happy in a way, and not to be in the bad situation. We call it suffering, not to be in pain, to be happy, and so, and he, if I heard that he has about 84 different teaching in different way, and for me, because of Theravada, we learned that each section you have to have a different way of to try to understand, to live with each other. As a monk, when you're in the temple, you have a certain discipline, and then when you live together, like Chika, when you left to be on your own on the mainland, so you have to have a new friend, new situation, and then in that way, you have to be able to have, like you said, it's dependent, situation change and people are different. How do you try to understand that happiness, to be happy in a different way, and from the teaching of the Buddha, we know that for the first group, the loving kindness and then compassion. And so for the Buddha, to be happy is that to avoid being pain, right? You remember we always have these Eightfold Path, and also that to follow. And so in what way that you think the Buddha will will give a definition for happiness for you? Just guess.
I think a big one that the Buddha would talk about was probably being like the idea of like attachment and how attachments cause suffering. And then the other ones that come to mind that personally I think of being attached to happiness would have to be the concepts of interdependence and gratitude. I think those two have really stuck with me since learning about them and integrating them in my life in high school. And so I think that that's maybe what the Buddha would be thinking about when talking about happiness.
Right, great. Yeah, that's good. How about you, Sophie?
Adding on to that, I think one thing that I remember about his teachings is that to achieve it, it shouldn't be at the cost of hurting other people.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. So you try to reduce the suffering of other people, yeah? Not causing more pain. Yeah, thank you, Sophie. How about you, Hugh?
Well, I think it's almost exactly what Sophie said about not hurting other people and do it as you like as long as it doesn't hurt. But I don't think you'll have a set definition for happiness, is what I theorize.
Oh, okay. Right. Because actually you're right, huge. The Buddha don't really give definition for anything, right? He just can recommend us to do to avoid pain. And so like Chika was saying about the concept of non-attachment and interdependent. And Sophie also, and you agree that not causing any pain. because things come around and around, right? And so that's why. So we have to be mindful about our action, right? That's great. Okay. This is a good one that I just want to know. What is the happiest moment in your life so far? Who can go first? This one. Who ready can go first. Hugh, you can go first if you can think of the happiest moment in your life so far. Each of us, right? Yeah, okay. Huge.
For me, I've had many smaller moments in life. I don't really have a major moment of happiness, if I would be honest. One of the smaller moments of happiness would be like, well, in robotics. I was actually in the same kind of robotics. So he was not in the same team, of course, because we were on different islands at the time. But when one of my robot concepts actually worked out in the mainland, and it got like 5th place, or no, 8th place out of 32 robots in there.
Wow.
I felt happy because that was my idea and doctrine that got integrated into the robot.
Right, great. Actually, it's go with your definition of happiness because achievement, right?
Yes.
Yeah, achievement. Great. How about Sophie?
It's also in the same type of competition, but last year last year it was our first competition since the pandemic, so we didn't have a in-person competition for 2 years, I think. And so it's hosted at the Stan Sheriff Center in on at UH, but it's also there's a lot of teams, not just from on island, but also neighbor islands like Hughes team and Kauai, but also some international teams. We had teams from Japan and one team from Australia coming that came this year. And for one of the teams in Japan, they had after I found out that they had problems. Well, all of them had problems trying to bring in their robot here because it's the robots are really big, so you need a special you need a special cargo to bring it in. But because they couldn't get that, they had to break the robot apart into 3 parts and ship and bring it with them separately into it with their carry-on baggage, and then they had to build it on like on Oahu in their usually like in their hotels before, right, like on 2 nights before the competition or just like the night before. And because there was one team that was a complete rookie, and doing that would be basically impossible for them, I was able to help my coaches like coordinate to be able to host them here. And because of that, they're or like host them at our school for a few days so that they can have a good space to build their robot, and also to be able to like use our tools if something went wrong. And because of that, their robot was able to compete, and they're also qualified for the world championships. That made me really happy because I contributed to their success.
Right, very good. Yeah, just go along with also your definition of happiness, right? To be able to achieve something. Ika, what is your deep thought about that?
I don't have a definitive list of top 5 happiest moments of my life, but being away from home for grad school makes me realize how much I cherish being with people that I'm close with, whether that's friends or family. So things that come to my head as my most happy moments is definitely being able to reconnect with the people that I'm close to in life. And for me, that's really about coming home and spending time with family and friends.
Right. Great. Thank you. So that leads us to the second theme for your group is a friendship, right? Because reconnection, right? So usually when we have friends, well, and the other clip that we did not show to the audience, but for you guys, you saw that. So the friendship. So how many of you have any close friend, Chika, or you have a lot of friends that you connect? Any special friend?
I have a lot of friends from different periods of my life. Like I have my friend Aaliyah, who I've known since preschool, and we're still best friends. And I just lived with her for 2 months. And then there's people I've met in grad school who I've only known for a year, but feel like the closest people I've ever met because we just go through together so much. So yeah, I like just having the variety of people to connect with.
Okay, great. How about you, Sophie? I know that I see that you have maybe 2 or 3 friends that came to the temple. Are those your group friends? You have more than that?
Yeah. I have a there's a lot of friends that I make at school, especially like if we have the same class and things, but we're not like super close. And then there's some other friends that I still keep in touch even if that class ended. And and I also have one friend from Malaysia that we met online, and we've been talking with each other for about 2 years, and it's been really nice.
Wow. So it's a digital PayPal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, in the order we rather than huge. Usually girls have lots of friends. And I know that some boys, they don't have many friends. How about you? Are you different or you have lots of friends?
I would be more of the latter, actually. I don't have many friends in real life, but I have many I have a bunch of close friends from online, but some of them are like mostly in Europe. Um, but there's also a few close friends I have in real life as well. One of them I've had since preschool, and a few I just know from my major because we had the same classes and we have different thinking processes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So now one important question, with all these friends, sometimes when you go through life, sometimes you feel disappointed in your friend. It happened, right? It happened to me, so I guess that it's happened to other people. So if you're into the moment that you're so disappointed in your friend that you love so much, how do you handle that? You want to go first? Chika?
Sure. I think over the years I've learned how important communication is, and yeah, I don't know what else to say other than it's important to be upfront about how you feel and take into account how they might also be feeling. And that's just the easiest way to get through times like that.
Okay, great. Thank you. So again, we talk about communication, the word, yeah, the how you say things and that. How about Sophie? How do you handle? Have you ever been disappointed with your friend?
Usually with like good communication, you wouldn't really get to that point in the first place, but when it sometimes it does, and I'd say to not to not take it into heart, and also understand like their perspective, because usually it's from like a miscommunication or misunderstanding. and it just happened to yeah, it just happened to be like a series of unfortunate events.
Okay, thank you. So huge. Guy, don't talk so much, right?
Sorry. It's there's to be quite honest, there are many times when I've been disappointed by what my friends do. I'm not exactly very good at choosing people to be my friends. But because I've been disappointed so many times, it's helped me improve how I make friends.
Okay, great. Yeah. So this is just to conclude. We move to the next one. So what would you think that from being a Buddhist, what would be the basic teaching that you would help you to maintain your happiness with your friend? What thing that it came to your mind is under the teaching? You can mention about interdependent, right? And then the thing, if we look back to the Noble Eightfold Path and then communication, right?
Yeah. Yeah, interdependence was a huge, I guess once I started looking at life through the lens of interdependence, it made me realize how much gratitude I have for everyone in my life, because just understanding that there are so many people and plants and animals and everything involved in making who I am today and allowing me to be where I am was like a huge game changer in realizing happiness in my everyday life.
Right. Thank you, Chika. Sophie?
Sorry, can you say the question
Okay.
again?
Yeah. It's just that we just want to conclude that because of the happiness and the friend and how you have your friend and maintain happiness. So what is it came to your mind? What would be the teaching in Buddhism that would help you to maintain happiness and good friendship with your friend? And then for
I think that for like I said before, to not like hurt the people around you. And I think that a good friendship is one where you understand each other well enough, and that you're aware of your friend enough that that you can have fun and tease them for some things, but still know when still know like to what extent you can.
okay, good. Just accept people as they are and understand them. Yeah. Thank you, Sophie. How about Huge?
For me, I would mostly go with the attachment was is about suffering part, like being overly attached to your friends or them being overly attached to you will cause some drama later on in life. And to maintain a healthy relationship with your friends, it's good to actually keep your distance sometimes.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you. So I have to move on. We have one more generation. Thank you. We learned a lot from your experience. Thank you so much, everyone, for Generation Z, right? Thank you. So the next group will be the working generation, X and Y. We have Kim, Napa, and V is off the camera right now. Miss V, could you come back on? Okay. All right. Thank you. So, oh yeah, we just show it only briefly. So we have to start with that clip. Come to stop, pause here. So Steve, so this generation, they have more life experience because they're all working. So now, the question for this one is that, what do you do when you see or hear something that you dislike or disagree with? Do you say something right away to express your opinion? Or do you let it go and tell yourself, it's not that my problem, those sweat small stuff. What do you do? We go with the working experience. Kim have to deal with lots of people in your work and you in mindful. Kim, would you like to go first? How do you deal with that?
Sure. So I suppose it depends on how disciplined I am in my practice. You know, there are definitely times when my patience can be shorter, but I think over many years of trying to cultivate more patience, I definitely do have a little bit of that buffer to a reaction time. So, you know, noticing the emotion that's arising, trying to choose a response that won't escalate a situation, for example, but rather try to de-escalate a situation. I'm generally not a very aggressive person anyway, so I don't think I'm someone who's going to really jump to just telling off somebody who upsets me. But I do think that this practice has helped me to remain calm in situations that can be really challenging, and choose my words more wisely, more carefully.
Okay, thank you, Kim. So for those of us who do not practice the way Kim does, that even you're at home, Nepal, you have to deal with your husband, your daughter, and sometimes being at home is not always peaceful, right? And how do you handle that, Nepal?
I usually know who I can. I react. I do react right away. But I usually know how to react in a sense. If it's needed right away, or a sharp stop, for instance, if Ella's about to do something that could injure her, of course I will, try to stop the situation. But I know who I know how to respond to certain people, and who I can speak with and speak my mind with, and who I have to be mindful about and take a step back and
And be
pause.
patient. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Nepal. How about you, V? You have a lot of working experience for 15 years with lots of different people. How do you handle that?
Yeah, so applying the concept of being mindfulness, I would first stop and reflect, like, why am I upset hearing this, and trying to understand, from which point of view they're coming from, and just give myself some time to think about how to best respond. That doesn't always happen. So that's why it's important to always be kind of mindful, like catch yourself right away, like, oh, I'm feeling upset right now, but okay, don't respond yet, because you don't want to do that. You're upset.
Okay. Interesting to hear you use the term respond and Nepal said react, right? So you guys want to have the different, when you react or you respond, what is the difference? Nepal, when you react.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Okay. Okay, sorry, Nepal. So because I heard that you said when the situation like that happen, you react. But you know how to react for different people at different times, right? And then we use the term respond, and then so what is the difference between react and respond?
Sometimes it can hurt people's feelings if you react too strongly. But I think people know me as being a very honest person, and that I speak my mind. And so a lot of people have grown to be okay with it. So there's not much anger in the reactions of friends and and with when I used to work with colleagues as well. So there's a good balance. Sometimes there's terrible reactions, but when I did work, I would handle it in a very professional way and be mindful of maybe they're in a terrible situation and they're just not handling things well, and that's how I handle situations like that. Either be mindful or react.
Yeah, okay, very good. Kim, because you practice mindfulness, I think you have the most experience practice mindfulness among the three of you. So would you try to give a advantage and disadvantage of when you react and when you respond to the situation facing you?
Sure. Oh, I think what you're pointing to is that reactivity is something that happens as a reflexive response to something rather than a mindful response to something, maybe. So the idea of reacting it could be positive, but it could very often be negative, especially if you're responding, rather reacting from a place of anger, versus if you have a moment to take a breath and then you choose how to respond maybe a little bit more wisely, then you can, as I said earlier, de-escalate situations or just find the right words to say something that's not going to make things worse or hurt someone's feelings, or whether you're with a coworker or with a friend or a romantic partner. And you can be practicing your entire life and still get reactive at times. I think it's so important to be disciplined with self-care, and there are days where I'm not. I'm just, maybe I didn't get to meditate that day, and so I'm going to be frustrated more quickly, or I'm not going to have the same kind of patience I would like to have. So just noticing when that happens, and then maybe noticing any judgment that happens around that and saying, okay, I can try to do better tomorrow or in the next moment.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Kim. So which one causes more stress, when you react or you respond? When you're in that situation and when you respond to the situation, and you mention about you reflect on it first, you think about it, and so when you react like you it's got action and reaction.
Well, I not so much stress. I think it's more of like the way how you handle things might escalate the conflict or the situation. I think reacting without being mindfulness could probably create more conflict or escalate the situation. Whereas if you take a pause and reflect on it and respond, or if you're not ready to respond, you say, okay, I'll have to get back to you on this, and not try to fix it right away. It's probably gonna help at least calm down the situation or not making it worse. That's from my experience. But I have done it both ways.
Okay, so it's easy, yeah, in the theory, but sometimes in practice it's not that easy, right? And so I just look at the clock and it's almost 5:30, and I do really enjoy. And I don't know, because I have to ask permission from the audience, because sometimes I enjoy too much and then it go over time. So perhaps I would allow anyone who have something to do, and so you may leave. And for those, I want to take another 5 minutes with this group, because I want to learn from them, as the other group, because it's a little bit different, right? So at this point, I have to go. Apologize. I will need another 5 or 10 minutes before we end the program. And I think that Reverend Steve will end the program with Metta Sutta. So I hope it's okay with you, right, Reverend Steve? So we then okay, thank you. So we want to hear because this group is closer to my generation, and so I want to learn a little bit more, right? Anyway, and so so as I mentioned before, the Buddha is trying to come up with a lot of teaching that from his own experience, and the main thing is that to try to help you to understand who you are and how you interact with other people. So from my practice in Theravada, he has this one group of teaching that in Pali is called Sankaha Vatus. Sankaha Vatu, there are 4 of them. So it mean that it's like the basic thing that how you will help the situation, right? Okay, so one thing is about, we most of Buddhists do that. So I will mention about the dana. So you have a generosity, you giving out, even give out your time, right? Like for everyone who are here today, giving up your Sunday afternoon to be generous with your time to be here, right? And then, and also the right speech, we talk about communication. People heard about communication that can cause the problem. And the other one, the Buddha said, to help people to work together well is also to have a helpful action, to make yourself helpful to help other people, right? Okay, like many of these different generations and the grandparents, the parents that helped me. So, and the other one is just to treat everyone equally. So from that generosity, have a right speech, and then have a helpful action with your colleague, with your household member, and then treat everyone equally. So in your life, throughout your life now, in your working life, so you think this teaching of the Buddha come up to try to promote this good organization and people working together. You have any idea that you use it in your life? For example, in any organization, you have to be able to be generous, right? Many times they have what you call the fundraising, that one thing, right? To ask for donation and all that. And the other one, this one, among these 4 things, for me, I think right speech, like when we heard from the other generation, also even the generation Alpha, generation C, conflict happen when people do not choose the correct wording, right? And then sometimes when you don't treat people equally, and then that can create problem as well. So what do you think about your own experience throughout your grown-up life so far? You think that would be helpful for you to follow that? Or you think which among the 4 is most important? To be generous, to have a right speech, to make yourself helpful, or to treat everyone equally?
I can share some thoughts. When I hear you talk about right speech, I think they're all very important in different ways and in different situations. For me, in my life, I've tried to maintain a daily practice of reciting the 5 precepts and reminding myself of those precepts, one of which is truthful communication. And when I think of right speech, I think of not just speech that isn't harmful, but speech that's truthful and has integrity. And there are definitely moments at work where I've had to own up to, making a mistake. And I think there are times when I would be afraid to do that. And then I remind myself, oh, right, I need to be honest here. So making it a point to like, oh no, this is something that I did that wasn't right. I think that kind of integrity is really important in the workplace. And now when I'm working, mostly by myself and for myself, thinking of right speech in terms of how I speak to myself with more kindness and compassion, because I can be very hard on myself and fall into habits of negative self-talk at times. And so, what I said earlier about catching the judging mind, for me, that goes with working with other people and also working with myself, not trying to judge myself too harshly and being mindful of using right speech to myself in my own head. I think that's something that I'm working on doing.
Thank you, Kim. We are Napa who want to share your experience first. Napa?
I think I've learned a lot in the last couple of years. I've been going through cancer, and so what I've realized, I've been learning to really treat myself more kindly and also treating everybody equally. I've learned through this whole process that, everybody nobody is above everyone else, or maybe Ella, but, everybody should be treated equally. And that has helped me a lot in the last couple months of reflection of just dealing with all this and learning to just accept help and, having everyone be equal. More so of, I've accepted help, and in everyone, in a sense, it's it's kind of hard for me to say. Let me try to phrase it a little better, but I've learned who was right in my life and who isn't. And, some people I've given more to, and it took so much out of me. And so I was told to take care of myself first, and everybody else is equal after that. And that's one actual trait and a lot of meditation on my end that I've learned in the last few months. So that's the one that I would go with.
Yeah, thank you, Napa. I'm so proud of you. You did so well, and then fighting through this, your illness, you still have a very generous heart to try to help me to get this program going up, with you and also with Ella, because we have to have this going on. Thank you so much, Napa. I love you. Yeah.
Oh, I love you too. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
I'm going to take a little different perspective than what you just shared.
Okay.
So what you just said actually reminded me of what I was taught, in Buddhism class when I was a child. And this is something that kind of stick in my mind. You mentioned kind speech. So what I was taught when I was a child is that everything starts with the right thought. With the right thought comes the right speech and the right action. So I think your mind is very powerful. Just to tie back to the concept of being mindfulness. So your mind actually controls everything. So.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. I cannot go further, but I love, maybe in the future we can focus on each generation. Okay, but I really learned again a lot from you, and I really appreciate your help make this happen, Kim, we, and Napa, and especially Napa. Let's give what you call a prayer or positive thought for Napa also, and for everyone in this group. Okay. Okay, thank you, Kim, we, and Napa. Okay, and I think if no one has any question, or if you have question, I can send it to each of them later, because I cannot prolong my enjoyment listen to this any longer, because it's about 10 minutes over time. And so thank you so much, everyone, and thank you everyone that helped it make it happen, all the grandma, grandpa, the parents to give the children, and all these adult, the last one that are waiting to be the last one, Kim Wee and Nepal, that really make an effort, fighting against her situation and enjoy us. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, and for joining us. And I think we have learned a lot. The Buddhist teaching is very precious, because we learning new things. He never tell us what to do. Just give us suggestion, and then we have to understand and learn and practice ourselves. Thank you so much. And I'm going to put this Metta Sutta up. And so for Reverend Steve to close that with Metta Sutta. Just a moment. So this is the tricky one, because I have to get rid of this one. Sorry. Oh, my apology. I have to have manual about this. And yeah. Coming up. My screen. I got it, Steve. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Borny. Thank you so much to everybody for your perspectives. The Metta Sutta. May all beings be happy. May they be joyous and live in safety. All living beings, whether weak or strong, in high or middle or low realms of existence, small or great, visible or invisible, near or far, born or to be born, may all beings be happy. Let none deceive another, nor despise any being in any state. Let none by anger or hatred wish harm to another. Even as a mother, at the risk of her life, watches over and protects her only child, so with a boundless mind should one cherish all living things, suffusing love over the entire world, above, below, and all around without limit. So let each cultivate an infinite goodwill toward toward the whole world.
Thank you so much, everyone, again. And so I hope it's helpful for us to learn from the different generation. I learned a lot. Okay. And my apology for take a little bit longer. We should have 3 hours for each generation. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, all the
everyone.
participants. Yeah. Okay. Thank
For
you.
okay.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you. I have to read the, okay.